Hello and welcome to Rattail. I am your friend Adrian.
And I'm your friend Chris. Welcome to Rattail.
Rattail is a YouTube channel where we react to,
We comment on
love on
all things
new
new
kids
kids
on
on the
the block,
block
and everybody's welcome here. Blockheads like me,
and non-block heads like me.
everyone's welcome
Welcome
here.
here.
That was
Not our
bad.
best.
Not our best. Not our best at all, but we have the best episode for y'all.
Yes,
Oh my gosh, we have special guests.
we sure do.
We have a very special guest. Before we do that, do you want to tell them what they should do before they meet our friend?
Yes, if you are not a current subscriber, you need to hit that subscribe button right now or gently press it. And all of our current subscribers get to enjoy this beautiful eye candy.
Oh, what a good
Yeah.
choice for today.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love it. All right, it's time to meet our special guest, our friends. We have been so excited,
Thank you for having me.
so excited to have you. Now, Bethany, I don't know if you know this, but you are the second Wood sibling we've had on Rattail.
Yes.
Last year, do you want to tell them who we had?
We have Brett.
We had
I,
Brett.
I watched that episode.
He was wild and crazy, and we loved every second of it. And
Yeah,
now we can't
yeah.
look. Now, whenever we're at a bar together, we see Chopin vodka, and we always think of him.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So check out that episode. Let's give y'all a second to introduce yourself. And we're excited to dive into what our episode is all about. So, Lori, why don't we start with you? Do you want to introduce yourself?
Start with me. Okay.
Yes.
I'm Lori. I live in the Seattle area. If you know me on Twitter, I'm Blanco Diddy. And I have been involved in Remember Betty since at least like 2012, maybe even longer than that. And I was already helping fundraise and I did a couple runs and stuff. And then I was asked to help with the website and then doing graphics and stuff like that. So I've kind of been on the back end of the foundation since then and helping Bethany with all things Remember Betty.
Love it. So today's episode is all about Remember Betty, something we're both very excited to talk about and share with Bethany and Lori. Now, Lori, Chris and I first met you on the cruise.
Yes.
Yes.
That was so much fun.
It was so fun.
We met you at the hotel before the cruise.
Yeah.
So much
Well,
fun.
and I mean, like, we all know each other in, the Twitter sphere and the Facebook groups and all of that, but to actually have that experience and get to actually see each other and hug each other and all of that on the boat and experience the cruise together is always special.
Super special. Awesome. Bethany, how about you? Love for you to introduce yourself.
Hi, I am Bethany Wood. I am the director of the Remember Betty Foundation. I am Danny Wood's older sibling. I'm the oldest of the six of us. I also live in the Seattle area. I moved here about 10 years ago, and I became the director in 2018. Danny asked me if I would be willing to take this on, and of course I said yes, because it's, close to my heart because it's in my mom's memory, but I am also a 10-year breast cancer survivor myself. So, yeah, thank you. So it meant a lot to me that he asked. So it's a labor of love for me, and I take any opportunity to talk about it. So thank you very much for having me.
Oh my gosh,
That's
you're
awesome.
welcome. Now, Bethany, I had a chance to meet you very, very briefly in Chicago when,
Yes.
Remember Betty United did the Dine with Danny event. And that was
Yes.
such a fabulous event.
It really was. They did an amazing job, and it was intimate because it was limited to 100 people. So it was really a great event and raised a lot of money for Remember Betty. So that was really great.
Yeah. And this is the first of probably many plugs. I've tried to make every Remember Betty virtual event. I'm on all of them, and they are fantastic. I love the ones where the whole family goes and talks about your hilarious family stories. It's such an intimate, y'all are such a fun family.
Well, thank you. I mean, I think as you got, we're also all older. So I
Yes.
think the last one that we had, I'm just like, I think it was, I don't know, Danny or Brett, I forget which one, really kind of got on me as being like the spoiled older sibling, that I was the one that got a car and they didn't, and all those stuff. But it is, I usually learn something about them too as we have them. So it's fun for me too. But we are, I mean, I'm not saying we won't have virtual events, but we have been trying to move away from them. We did them during COVID, which was an amazing way to continue to raise money. But we have had more in-person events come back again, especially in the last year. So
Oh my gosh.
we're trying to do a mix.
That's exciting. And we're going to dive into that today. So, of course, we couldn't just, we get to talk about Remember Betty,
Right.
but we had to do it Rattail style.
Of course.
Do you want to share, what are we really doing
Which means
today?
we're playing match game.
Match game!
And in between match game, we're going to learn a lot about Remember Betty.
Oh, that's
And
so
and if people don't know, match game is where we have 5 photos, in this case of Danny, and we're going to rank them our least favorite, which is number 5, up to our most favorite, number 1. And it's all about Danny's fashion and style.
We kept it PG because Danny's sister's here.
Yeah.
We're not doing thirst match game.
We would never.
Never. We're classy here at Rattail. All right. But before we do that, should we do a cheers?
Let's do a cheers.
Okay. So we're going to do a cheers with both Bethany and Lori. We are so happy to have you here.
Yes, we are.
Welcome to the Rattail family. Happy to have you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
All right. So should we introduce the pictures?
Sure.
Great. And as we introduce them, Lori, Bethany, if you have anything you want to share about each of the lists, you can. But then after we share, we're going to match them all together and then reveal. Our first Danny look is voila. We've got Danny in cheetah print.
Cheetah print.
They always put Danny in an animal print.
Thank you. All right, our next one is Danny the cowboy in his tank top and black hat. Here you go.
Bethany, will it skeeve you out if I say he looked hot there?
No, it won't. No. I've heard a lot more than that. So
I will say he was.
I'm trying to keep my comment on this one to myself for that reason.
I'm just going to say he was the most handsome cowboy, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, girl.
He makes a good cowboy.
Lori, you're so right with that the facial hair, and okay. What's next, Chris?
Next is the iconic American flag shirt.
Tis of thee. We're gonna call that look Tis of thee. Yeah. Wait, Lori, you said this is on his Funko, right?
Yeah, that's the Funko.
Yes, it is.
Oh my god, she's gonna get the Funko. I knew it.
There it is. It's the same photo too.
It's literally
with the rat tail.
Now Lori's the one
and
that got
I love the finger gun.
Oh yeah, from the poster.
Yeah.
All right, next is a very classic Danny Wood. It's the gym look. It's the gym look. It's the Gold's Gym.
Gym rat.
You want to share the last look?
Last look, it's a grainy picture, but I think he's like in a beret or something.
It's the poopy hat with the
polka dot. There you go.
Oh my God. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to give everybody a Jeopardy beat to put them in order. And then we're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to talk all about Remember Betty as we do our reveal.
Great. Again, everyone. everyone. This is just for fun. No teams, no taking shots. We're just gonna have fun matching our favorites.
Yeah, I'm excited to see if we match.
Okay, so let's start. Number 5, our least favorite look of Danny. 1, 2, 3.
Reveal.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, there's 3 of us that match. Look at that.
Bethany, Chris, Adrian matched. Lori,
Lori,
Tita.
Tita.
Anything you want to share about your look?
I'm just not a huge animal print fan, I think.
Oh.
The hat in this picture looks really puffy. Like where did that come from?
It's like inflated.
It's
like inflated.
But it looks like something like Marky Mark would have worn too.
Yeah, maybe.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Like
You're so
in that
right.
era. Obviously, not Mark Wahlberg, but Marky Mark would have worn
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
There's
think
a
it's,
distinct difference there.
you are so right.
So right.
I wouldn't say he ever looks goofy, but if he's getting close to looking goofy in the wrist category, it's that one. You know,
Yeah.
I say that with
Yeah.
all due respect. Love that. So we have 3 matches and we have Lori as our wild card. So this leads us to our very first question. I would love to have y'all share, how did Remember Betty get started?
So my mom died in 1999, so it's been quite a long time. And I think I don't know exactly how many years went by, but Danny really was looking for an outlet, a way to keep her memory alive. He had very young children at the time, and when the new kids got back together, he really saw that as an opportunity to, he had a platform again, a kind of a big platform to bring awareness to breast cancer. And originally he teamed up with the Komen Foundation. So they raised money, and they started teams, and they donated the money to Komen. And in 2015, Remember Betty became its own 501(c)(3). So, and it was partly just to have some more control over where the money went. Komen's a very big organization that does amazing things.
Yeah.
But he just felt better knowing exactly where the money was going. And the goal was to help people who, help people with their rent or groceries or gas. And the easiest way to do that is send them directly a check, so that's basically what we do at this point. And it is, even during COVID, the teams are amazing and have really done a great job of fundraising for us during when we couldn't get together and meet and have paint nights and various other things. So, Lori, do you want to add anything or?
Yeah, he wanted to, obviously, he saw that opportunity when the group got back together. And I totally agree about Komen. Komen is amazing. It does amazing things. They raise a lot for research specifically, and that's an important part of breast cancer foundations and the work that needs to be done. But I absolutely love that Remember Betty Foundation is able to directly impact the patients and the survivors, not just the patients, also survivors,
Yeah.
In those specific ways with the rent and the gas bills and grocery bills and lymphedema sleeves and stuff like that, once you get a diagnosis, then you have a whole bunch of medical visits, which means you lose work, so you have less income coming in, and all of these bills piling up. Like, it's just this big cycle, and it adds up quick, even if you do have insurance.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
That's amazing.
I love it. All right. So our next question, we're going to do another round, and then we're going to dive in a little bit deeper about how Remember Betty works. So like how patients and survivors get connected and we'll have an opportunity for you to tell us a little bit more about the support that you provide. So round 4?
Round 4.
All right.
Here we go.
So
Number 4, fourth favorite look. 1, 2, 3.
oh my gosh, you match.
Oh, sorry.
Take oh my gosh, Cheetah. So we have puppy hat and then Rattail matches.
Rattail matches.
Oh
See,
my
Bethany and
god.
we just
just-
flip flopped.
Yeah.
You did flip-flop.
You flip-flop. I love Danny. This is where it's hard for me to choose. I love Danny in a gym look.
Yeah. Good luck.
He's
My
in a gym
placement
look a
of the
lot.
gym look, that was a tough choice.
Yeah.
It was a tough
I mean,
choice.
there's no wrong answers here. It's just,
Yeah, that's what we
Yeah.
love about Match Game. No wrong answers. And Danny has very other iconic gym looks. He has the step-by-step bicep curl look. He's got the Danny Wildest Dreams with Mr. Olympia in those short
Yes.
shorts, and he's all
Arm
greased
wrestling.
up. I once sent him a video of that, and he's like, that was the greasiest day of my life. What type of support does Remember Betty offer, and how do patients and survivors connect with Remember Betty for that support?
So we provide direct financial support to breast cancer patients and survivors. And survivors it could be 10 years ago. We have no limit on how long you're a survivor forever, really.
Right.
So, and we have an application on our website. It is basically 2 pages, one and an additional page for instructions. So we ask them to fill that out. We ask for a doctor's note confirming your diagnosis and a personal statement as to how, breast cancer has affected your life. And we do receive over 300 applications each month. It's a
Wow.
lot.
Whoa.
Yes, it's a lot. And the one thing I would like to say for people who are applying and we've tried to put this on Twitter and Instagram a few times. If it's an incomplete application, it just gets deleted, so if you don't
Okay.
have a doctor's note, especially, I can't, we can't give without a confirmation of a diagnosis. Also, if you don't put a personal note in there, when I have 100 other people that put a personal note, I'm not, yours isn't going to be considered either. So or if you tell me you live at 123 Main Street, I don't know where 123 Main Street is. I mean, this happens a lot, like 20% of our applications. So it happens a lot. So a complete application, it's not that much. A doctor's note, a personal statement. And I have a review committee that reviews the applications. And then they pick who gets the grants. I do not pick. And the review panel is some nurses. My niece Manami is on it, who is a nurse. My sister Rachel is on it, who is an oncology nurse. And then we have a few other nurses. We also have a couple of administrators. So they pick who gets the money. I don't pick. So, because I don't know if it would be really hard. And it's hard for them too. It's not an easy thing. But we send anywhere from 6 to about 10 grants a month, depending on how our funding is working. Okay. And it is a check in the mail. You get a check in the mail, and hopefully that makes a difference. And I think it does. Occasionally I get a thank you note in the mail, and I'm just like, oh, well, I wish you didn't spend that $2 on the card and the 60 cents to mail it to me. email me a thank you. And I do get some email thank yous. And I think for some people, the $1,000 or the $1,500 it's a big difference for them in a month.
Yes.
It's medical bills that they can pay, or medication they can buy, or gas to and from appointments. During COVID, it was a lot of transportation things. Either they needed help with transportation, or their vehicle needed to be repaired, or they need tires, or so it's just, I think some people do okay month to month, and then something unexpected happens and they just don't have the money for it.
Mhm.
So,
And once that one unexpected thing happens that throws that wrench in, it just spirals.
yeah,
Oh, I can imagine.
yeah,
I don't know. That's what I love about Remember Betty is the model seems just so connected to what
Yeah.
people really need.
Mhm.
Like it's those groceries, it's those things that for those
The
of us,
essentials, yeah.
yeah, like you know, I don't know anyone who's had breast cancer. I don't know what it's like to get a cancer diagnosis, but I can imagine. Well, actually, I don't think most people realize the toll it takes on your life financially too.
yeah, yeah. I mean, a lot of people can't work, or their hours have been cut.
Wow.
So like Lori said earlier, you have all these new expenses and you're not working as much because you physically can't, or you just can't, you have too many appointments and things like that.
Oh man, we're grateful for the type of support that Remember Betty offers. That's incredible.
Thank you.
Awesome. You want to do what are we, round three?
Three.
Woo!
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, go ahead.
So here we go. Our third, sorry, my dog's here. Our
Let's
third
go
favorite.
here.
1, 2, 3.
What do we do?
I matched Bethany.
Yeah.
We got a Bethany Chris match. Lori's gymming it.
And you're cheating it. Or leopard. I can't
I
tell.
said it was a hard choice to win.
It was hard. This cheetah print. Now I wear cheetah print to a lot of the concerts because I want Danny to be like, oh, she must be a Danny girl. She's wearing a cheetah. Yeah, he probably doesn't think that, but I love him in cheetah.
That's funny.
Danny knows who his girls are.
Yeah, well, yep, he does.
100% Danny knows who his girls are.
Well, hold on. Quick segue. I don't think Chris knows about this, but Lori, can you tell him about the picture, the meet and greet picture you did where all the Danny
the Danny
girls
girl
were there?
group?
Yes, please tell Chris.
What's up?
It had been done before.
Oh.
It was my idea the last time, but I think it was the tour. It was the total package tour with Boys to Men and 98 Degrees. And I was 7 months pregnant with twins. So I couldn't participate the first time.
Okay.
And I saw that picture multiple times, all endlessly, and I was like, I want to do it too. And so we recruited a group of girls that would join in on our debauchery in Spokane, Washington.
So he doesn't even know what the picture is.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's a Danny girl?
Yeah.
We even had some like first timers in the group, so it was pure chaos.
Okay.
We walked in no particular order other than me and Mandy were first, so we were heading the line. We get down to the end and we bolted back to Danny.
Everyone in the 10-person group.
As security and everyone is like, what is happening? So we all huddled around Danny. Donnie and Jordan held hands. They were all at the other end, like, what do we do?
Right.
So we got the pictures of Danny and then we broke apart and they let us take one more regular.
How cute. That is so fun.
I love that idea. I thought that was classic. All right, Chris, you want to?
I made a TikTok or whatever with the video, like, or the picture, like panning over with the song "I Want to Hold Your Hand."
Oh my gosh, how cute!
It was like, what happens when the entire meet and greet group stands with only Danny, and it's I want to hold your hand.
Oh, that's so cute.
That is cute.
I love it.
What happens when the whole meet and greet group stands with only Danny?
All right, well, we got another question. And we'd like to know if you could share a little bit about what Remember Betty is currently doing.
So currently, well, yes, 2 days ago, Team Betty LA just had a health and wellness expo. So and it went very, very well. it's a great team, very active team, and a big team in LA, and they do some really good things. But this was something new for us. So she kept going, is this okay? Is this okay? But they had like an acupuncturist and a massage therapist, and they had a couple hospitals giving away like hand sanitizer and that kind of, little goodie things.
It was
And
more of like an outreach rather than a fundraiser.
yeah, yeah. But then they also had a door prize. And yeah, so they did a great job. We also have a merchandise sale going on with Team Betty Indiana. So that's up there for spring merch. They did it in the winter with like some long sleeve things, and now they have some tank tops and in pretty bright spring colors and everything. This stuff looks really good. And I actually got one of the long sleeve hoodies last time, and it is super, I mean, it's super nice material. I work out quite a bit too, and I'm like, oh, I can actually wear this working out. It's like a
that's
material. Yeah, it's really good. So those are the big things going on. In June, we have a couple of other things. Again, Team Betty Indiana, they're a newer team for us, but they've done a lot. They are having a flower arranging class at 5 locations on the same day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they did it not too long ago, and the company that they're working with was like, can we have it in all of our locations? And I was like, yep, yes, you can. So it'll actually be in 3 in the Indiana area, and then Ohio and Kentucky. So yeah, those are some of the things that we have going on currently. WKATU in Portland, Oregon reached out to me. Steve Dunn is the news anchor there, and they have a golf tournament every year called Dunn's Duffers. And they asked if Remember Betty could be their charity this year.
Whoa.
That is so cool.
Yes, it is so cool. And such a huge honor for us. So that is August 4th, right outside of Portland, Oregon. And that's going to be a huge thing. So, I'm going to be there. Lori's going to try and come down, I think. A few other people. Dan Wood will be there. Not sure about Danny. He has some things he's working on. There's some shows around there now. So it's
the next weekend. There's
shows. Yeah. So we're not sure, but my dad will be there. It's a huge deal. They actually flew me down to be part of a commercial for this whole thing. Yeah, it's a very big deal. So
and we're the beneficiary of the whole
tournament,
the whole shebang.
The whole shebang. Yeah. Yeah.
Think about how many grants are going to come out of that. That's
yes. Yes. And it's like, it happens because of little connections. It's that I know that I had that Abby actually introduced me to Devry, who is a friend of mine that lives in Portland, who then introduced me to Kat, who then introduced me to Ashley, who is Steve Dunn's significant other. So it's like all these little connections, and it's pretty amazing. So
you're turning into our friend here from Seattle who knows everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know exactly who I'm talking about. She knows everybody.
Yes. So it's just, it's a big, huge deal for us, and I am very excited about it. So
that is awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All
and
right.
The info for all of these upcoming events, future events, is always on the website. It'll always be on the events link on rememberbetty.com.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lori.
Put that link in the comments.
Love it. Cool. Well, on that note, let's do round 2.
Okay, let's get there.
That's an exciting note to do round 2 on.
All right, this is gonna be our second to the top. Okay, so on 3. 1, 2, 3. Do anyone match?
Oh, Lori and I
got a lot of match.
Yeah.
Bethany, you like the gym look.
Well, it's part of who he is.
Yeah, it's true.
I guess that's part of it too. It is part of who he is. So, I went on the cruise for the first time last year, and I was also at the gym one morning, not feeling very good, but knowing I had to get on that stupid treadmill. And the only other person in the gym was Danny. So I'm like, yep. So it's just part of who he is.
Yeah, and it runs in the family apparently, which I think is really great.
Yeah, we're all pretty active. Yeah, my dad used to. He doesn't run anymore a whole lot, but I remember growing up watching him run. So races
Oh,
and things like that. So yeah.
very cool.
Awesome. Right. Our next question is, can you guys share how to get involved?
Yes. If you'd like to get involved, the best way is to email me, Bethany@rememberbetty.com. If you could let me know where you are located in the United States, because we do have teams all over the place. And if you are interested in starting a new team, I can send you some tips and guidelines and things like that that we would like you to go by. So, and we're open to many, many, many different ways of raising money for Remember Betty.
And there's a list of the current active teams on the website.
Mhm.
And like you just said, we're open to tons of different ways of fundraising. And teams consist of not only the active fundraisers, but also like promotion people, like people who aren't necessarily out there saying, give me money, but people who can like help you organize the events.
Yeah.
Everyone has different strengths. And so some people might be out there going, that's not me. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you can't participate in a team or start a team. You can be that background person.
Love that.
Good info.
One thing that Rattail does is we try to follow all the teams on Instagram and socials. I find that the teams are pretty good about advertising what's going on regionally and holistically. So get on that Instagram, take like 10 minutes to just look at that website and follow the teams on Instagram. Easy way to support. Love that. Oh, are we already at the end?
Number 1 already.
What is the quote? When you're having a good time, it goes by fast.
Yeah.
Time flies.
You're having fun.
I didn't have the right quote.
But I got it. Okay. All right. So our number 1 favorite top Danny look in 1, 2, 3. Oh,
Ding, 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 ding.
Nice.
Okay, what do we have to say about this? The handsome cowboy look. Anything?
He makes a good cowboy.
He sure does.
And I knew this from the 2015 cruise, 2014, that there was a cowboy night. There's been a cowboy night. And when they all came out as cowboys that night, I was like, oh, we should do this one again. A lot of us were very skeptical about Cowboy Night, but it was a winner.
We can imagine.
I bet it was.
I don't know why, but Danny does for some reason look like the most authentic cowboy to me. Like he doesn't look like star-studded.
I think it's because
Jordan.
It looks like he can do hard labor.
Because he's got that
like he can put a fence down in an acre in like 2 minutes.
So well said, Chris.
Yeah,
but we all know Danny is not actually handy.
No.
He hires out for that.
But he looks like he could, and that's the important thing.
Yes.
We'll just believe.
We're going to send that clip to Danny, just of him saying Danny looks like he can do hard labor.
Yes.
That's why we love Danny Wood. Oh my gosh. Wow. It's already over.
Sad.
Maybe we can have y'all maybe towards the end of the year. I know we do a card raiser
We do a fundraiser.
Card fundraiser.
With all little cards, yes.
Yeah, and maybe that might be a good chance for us to catch up and see how the year's been and see what's
Yes.
on your radar. Is there anything else y'all want to share?
Well, I just want to say thank you. You brought up the card fundraiser, and I am always amazed at how much money that makes. I was blown away. I'm like,
Oh,
so, and
Chris always does such a good job designing them.
oh, Chris
Um,
designs them?
Yes, he
Oh my
designs all of
goodness,
them.
they are great.
Oh,
I
thank
love
you.
them. Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah, Chris is so talented with all that. And yeah, our goal is to smash because it's interesting. The amount total that we raise every year gets bigger and bigger. Like we raised 14,000
Yeah.
last year, but it feels kind of small because you have to split it up by 5. So
It's
this
not
year we're
small
going
for
big.
us. Like for us, it's not. It's
That's
a
true.
big help.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's great to hear. And start your savings account for your Christmas cards now. We have loved spending time with you two ladies. It was just such a fun time.
It was so fun.
yeah.
We
thank
love
you
Remember
for
Betty.
supporting us.
Yes. Thank you very
We
much.
love to. We love to.
Yeah.
Easy to do. Remember Betty's out there doing
Yeah.
amazing things, and everyone should be supporting. So we're going to ask our family to support right
Yes,
away.
please do.
Um,
There's a link below. So go ahead and click it. Check out their website. See how you can help.
Love it. Before we go, do you want to tell them where they can find Rattail?
Yeah, I'll see if I can remember.
Okay,
Okay, we've got Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube.
You are getting so good at that.
So much better. Yeah.
I don't think we told you that we love you. We love you all so much.
We
And
do love you.
we love you. And that's it.
That's it.
We'll see you next time.
Mhm.
Mwah.